a little temple of Lord Shiva to guard the temple. This is Lord Shiva's job, is to guard Krishna. His wife, this goddess Durga, her job is to keep, Prabhupada says, to keep people who are not serious away from Krishna. That's her job. And she's very good at that. So you have Lord Shiva and you have goddess Parvati. They are the really owners of the conditioned souls. Lord Vishnu, he's transcendental. Krishna, he's transcendental. You see Krishna comes here, just to show he's having a good time, enjoying. But Lord Shiva's business is to keep the conditioned souls in line, to train them, to instruct them, and to guide them, and to bring them to the lotus feet of Krishna. This is Lord Shiva's business. So you find, like in the Shiva Purana, there's all discussions about Lord Vishnu and how to attain, Krishna consciousness. So we should not think that Lord Shiva is affected by the mode of ignorance. We have to understand Lord Shiva properly. Somebody asks me, and sometimes we get these questions, as Vaishnavas, we get this question, what do we say about Lord Shiva? Like if we're supposed to say Lord Shiva, he's, less. But no. That is totally contradictory. Lord Shiva, if you understand him properly, his another name is Mahadev. This means there's no other greater devotee than Lord Shiva. We want to worship the demigod, but we don't know how to do that. Just like as devotees, we're worshiping the demigods. And not only the demigods, we're worshiping pure devotees. But if you don't know how to do it properly, then that becomes offensive. If you're taking the demigods and making believe that they are Krishna directly, then that becomes offensive. But if you see the demigods as servants of Krishna, then you must offer your respects to these demigods. Just like, not even demigods, just like a human being who is, let's say, an advanced human being. You have to offer your respect to that person also, too, not just the demigods. This is Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness, you cannot go and you're going to go to Krishna, you don't care about nobody. In Krishna consciousness, you'll find you'll have to pay your respects to everyone on the way to Krishna. If you want to find Krishna, you have to, get the blessings of these demigods, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. In Krishna consciousness, we're getting the blessings of Lord Brahma because we're in the Brahma Sampradaya. How more direct can you get it? Aren't we not worshiping Lord Brahma? Right? But we're worshiping Lord Brahma in his connection with Krishna. So therefore everything is perfect. Everything has to be gotten from the spiritual master, how to understand everything clearly. Somebody says, Lord Hanuman, he's like Ram. No, not correct. He's a devotee. Sometimes a devotee, Prabhupada says, sometimes a devotee plays a big part in Krishna pastime. And we're tempted to think that that person is an avatar. But no, that person is a devotee. If you understand it properly. In the beginning, they wanted Lord Shiva to propagate the universe. You know that story. And they tried, but the problem was what Shiva was making were Rudras. And all of these Rudras were creating a big disturbance in the universe. So they asked Lord Shiva to stop. This is the Lord Shiva's potency. So Lord Shiva stopped, and he stopped making Rudras. So therefore, there's only now, Ganesh and Muruga, and there's not all of these Rudras creating a disturbance. That's why they asked the other Kashyapa, the demigods, they propagate the universe. And that gave Lord Shiva time to meditate. And so up till this day, Lord Shiva is still in meditation and he's not making any more Rudras, and everything is going on nicely. So how can we understand how Lord Shiva, what his position is? Prabhupada said that Lord Shiva's position is very difficult to understand because Lord Shiva he has his own abode, and it's the same Lord Shiva in every universe. It's not the same Brahma in every universe. See, that's the way it's understood like that. So Lord Shiva and Krishna are almost identical, but they are at different ends. Lord Vishnu is on this end of goodness, and Lord Shiva is on that end of ignorance. And that is the way that they are controlling over the modes of nature. If you want to make something permanent, then you have to get from Lord Vishnu. If you want to create something and you want to make something, then you have to get that through Lord Brahma. And if you want to lose something, and if you want to let something go, that's a disturbance, you can get that through Lord Shiva. So it's not only the modes of material nature are working in a way that if you understand it properly, you can get free from them. But if you do not understand it properly, then the modes also, you can get entrapped by them. To get out of one mode, you have to get the blessings of the demigod who's in control of that mode. So everything is about respecting the different modes of nature and respecting the different demigods that are in charge of these modes. You have Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, and Lord Shiva. These are the main modes of nature. You have different little fluctuations going on. But basically, to get out from the mode of ignorance, you get the blessings of Lord Shiva. To get out of the mode of passion, you get the blessings of Lord Brahma. And to get out of the mode of ignorance, to go beyond the mode of goodness, you get that from Lord Vishnu. So they all work together. Therefore, we cannot look down on, say, somebody is practicing some form of spiritual life through the mode of ignorance. So we cannot say that they are nonsense. They are coming through that mode of Lord Shiva. Most religion is like that. They're coming through Lord Shiva because most religion is in the mode of ignorance. People think religion is in the mode of goodness. But no, religion is in the mode of ignorance. Just like Krishna said, abandon varieties of religion. And then you can go further to understand what is Lord Brahma and what Lord Brahma is teaching. You see, Lord Brahma, in his hand, he has the Vedas. So it's promotion from Lord Shiva to Lord Brahma to Lord Vishnu. We're already promoted to Lord Vishnu through the grace of Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. That's the way how the progress is being made. So you cannot make any progress unless you get the blessings of Lord Shiva. Therefore, we offer respects to Lord Shiva and the goddess for we thank them for the opportunities that they give us in devotional service. If not, for their guidance, then we will be covered over by the mode of ignorance. The mode of ignorance is a darkness that anyone can become influenced by and forget their duties or forget their spiritual life. So that the danger of the mode of ignorance is always there looming. And also the mode of passion is also there a danger. The danger in the mode of passion is that you'll start to get attached to so many things you're doing and working and everything like that, and remain controlled by the mode of passion. And in the mode of goodness, there's another danger. In the mode of goodness, the danger is thinking that you are, very nice and very intelligent and very successful and all of that. And one have to get past the dangers of every mode to get to the mode of goodness. And beyond the mode of goodness, that's called sattva gun. So, we're traveling through the different modes. We get relief from one mode, and we can get entrance to the next mode. We can get relief from that mode, and we can eventually come to the mode of goodness, where only somebody in the mode of goodness can develop, a transcendental ecstasy. This is the whole business of Krishna consciousness is resting on this point of transcendental ecstasy. If somebody says they're approaching Krishna consciousness, they're not really want to be happy or anything like that. They're just doing a service, That's not being truthful, is it? Krishna consciousness is how you're going to get the advanced platform of happiness. And we have to preach like that, because that is the actual fact. And people are looking for that. People are not looking to be without that. And so Krishna consciousness is very easy process to get to that transcendental happiness. But it takes some time. It might take a long time, depending on how covered the person is. If the person is not so covered, if they're in a passion, or it depends on the degree of goodness and passion and ignorance. And then the person can make progress. But if somebody is not ecstatic, and if somebody is not enlivened and, experiencing the taste, the ruchi, then it's not really happening yet. You have to be, because it's the taste that's going to take you on the journey. Without enjoying the taste of developed Krishna consciousness, then no one can make spiritual advancement. So what we do is we become addicted to the tasting, the happiness in Krishna consciousness, every experience at a time. You'll get an experience. You go on a program or you go on a festival and you'll get a taste from that. Next festival you go on, you'll add that taste to that. Then you'll keep adding more and more tastes, and until one day that taste becomes very advanced, very, very tasty. Then you become excited that you want to go on the program or whatever. So, and if the taste and the enjoyment or tasting the happiness is not there, then the progress is like slow progress. So the more you can enjoy the Krishna consciousness, the better. So, like I say, we're always celebrating some incarnation, We just celebrate Lord Nityananda. Now we're celebrating Lord Shiva. Then we're going to be celebrating Lord Gauranga. So, Krishna consciousness is full of celebration. If you don't like to celebrate, you can't be a devotee. It's like one celebration after the next celebration. And Prabhupada said, in the spiritual world, there's always, every day is a festival. So, Krishna consciousness is not like, unhappy. There's no unhappy Krishna conscious person. Sad. So, we develop the happiness, and then we give that happiness to others. Guests that come, your happiness is on your face. Your happiness is in your energy. You can change people's lives with that energy. People see you, they see a happy devotee, they become influenced to think that Krishna consciousness is very nice. So, your happiness is a big preaching program. People are looking at that to see who is getting the ecstatic happiness. And, of course, that's available in Krishna consciousness. But it's not, you can't pay for it. Like, you'll give some Lakshmi and you'll get it. Prabhupada used to say that when you give something to Krishna, Krishna's interested in what you're not given. And Prabhupada said, Krishna is greedy. He wants everything. So you can't attract him by just giving him a little bit. You give him a little bit, he's going to want more and more and more. That's Krishna's nature, right? Just like when he's eating the yogurt, you see he's digging, he's creating trouble, he's eating more. His hands, his feet, everything is in it. So Krishna's like that. Krishna is enjoying, and you can enjoy with Krishna. That's life. It's not that you're just studying about Krishna. You won't be happy just studying about Krishna. You'll be happy when you begin to enjoy with Krishna. And that, what you think keeps people in conditioned life, is they're enjoying. That's the same thing that keeps people in spiritual life, enjoying. But except in spiritual life, they're really enjoying. But in regular material life, how can you enjoy? You don't have consciousness. You have to have developed consciousness to feel happy and to enjoy. So, this is not about religion. This is really about your happiness, how you're going to get it, and how you're going to really become a successful, happy person and, help other people that are, sad. So, this is the way you do it. So we are, I was telling someone the other day that if you don't know about Krishna, if you don't know about God's personal activities, then what do you know about God? Think about it. People talk about God, but what do they know? We know Krishna dancing, Krishna, so many things we know. But I'm talking for regular people who have a religion. What do they know? All they know is God, that's all. The name, G-O-D, that's it. So how can you love that? You don't have enough information. That's why the Christian consciousness is so nice, because you get all the information due to Krishna's grace. Nobody else can make that up. Nobody else can make up Radha and Krishna and pastimes, and nobody else can make that up. I've never heard of such a thing. Before I knew about Krishna, I never heard of such a thing. And there's nothing else like that. And why is that? It's because that is the absolute truth. How he presents himself and how he shows himself and who he chooses to come close to him. That's what God is doing. And who's not ready to stop killing animals, who's not ready to stop treating other humans bad, and who does not ready to give up the body identity, then Lord Shiva is keeping them in the darkness. Because as I said before, you got to get past Lord Shiva. To get to Krishna, you have to get past Lord Shiva. And Goddess Durga. If you're not right with them, then they say, oh no, he's not right, he goes back. Prabhupada said if Radharani says to Krishna, this devotee is nice, then Krishna believes that. So it's introduction, Just like somebody get introduced to the spiritual master. This is a nice devotee, I'll introduce you to a nice guru. See, so it's introduction. And then you can make progress in that way. But there's no such thing as a sad Krishna conscious person. The unhappiness, the sadness is you leave that behind. That's transcendental life. So, anybody asks you about Lord Shiva, you have to give them his actual position and how he is a very important part of Krishna. He's keeping up that, taking care of these conditioned souls, and he's keeping the mode of ignorance in check. The mode of ignorance is there, but it's still in check. It cannot do more than it's allowed to do. And so Lord Shiva is doing that job, and due to his grace, we can be devotees, and his Lord Shiva is the one who's helping us to be devotees. So we have to be thankful to Lord Shiva for that. And this way, by the grace of Lord Shiva, we can make progress in devotional service. You should always remember, by the grace of Lord Shiva, you can approach Krishna. All glories to Prabhupada. So anybody has a question? They want to, or a statement about, Lord Shiva if you want, or anything. In Krishna consciousness, I find nobody has questions. Because why? Because all their questions are answered already. Very satisfied, and you can, Prabhupada said like that, when all your questions are answered, then you can settle down to make the progress. You don't have to worry about anything because all your questions are answered already. Yeah, yes, bro? Oh, that's a very nice question. That question is, what is Shiva Tattva? You have Vishnu Tattva and you have Jiva Tattva. Vishnu Tattva is big incarnation of God. We cannot understand what Vishnu Tattva is. And Jiva Tattva, we can understand. Jiva Tattva is like us, We're like small. We're like depending on Krishna to take care of us and to help us and all of that. But Shiva Tattva is his own Tattva. He's like in the middle of Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva. That's Shiva Tattva. That he has his own Tattva. Very amazing. And Tattva means truth. That's the truth about Lord Shiva, is that he has his own Tattva. He has his own truth. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And also, one has to, that's why all these Bhagavatams are there, because all of this knowledge is in the Bhagavatam. It's very detailed, very intellectual, very in-depth, like it's superhuman knowledge in the Bhagavatam. It sounds very simple when you read it, but it's really coming from an advanced platform of life. On the advanced platform, there's no cheating, there's no small talk, there's no there's no envious talks or nothing like that. It's for souls who are advancing to the spiritual atmosphere. It's a very, the Christian consciousness is like a door that you open, Prabhupada open, and people can go in the door and find their way to the enlightenment. Before Prabhupada, people were confused. But because Prabhupada is here, the confusion is gone, So everybody's going back to Godhead? All glory to Srila Prabhupada.